Hello friends and welcome back. Today I'd like to show you how to put together a very inexpensive and easy centerpiece for your Christmas table, an entryway, or just a winter arrangement. Because it's not necessarily Christmas, it could take you through winter. So what I used was 4 candle holders, 2 dry oasis, and this silver plastic bowl from the Dollar Tree. So I just glued my 2 pieces of dry oasis together and then glued them into the silver bowl. I thought that bowl was just so pretty. I found it in the wedding section. It's like a hammered metal, but it's so shiny and so pretty. So I got 4 of these candle holders, like I said, and they are all 4 different heights. So depending on what you like, I would definitely say customize this to what you like. I just hot glue them onto my dry oasis where I want them. And then I'm going to use some green garland that I've cut into pieces to cover up that oasis. I'm not trying to do an amazing job of covering it up. I'm just gluing it right onto the top. So you don't have to use green garland. If you want, you could use a shiny silver or red or gold, whatever colors you choose and however sparkly you'd like it. So I'm also going to use 4 bouquets of the white poinsettias with the silver in the middle and 3 of the gold. And I'm going to use this little bouquet from Michael's. And if you decided you didn't want to use that bouquet, they do have white roses and blue hydrangeas at the Dollar Tree. So as you can see, I've cut my stems and I've cut them all long, and I'm just going to start placing them around inside my bowl into the oasis. And I'm just making a circle to start, and that's just going to start me out, and I'm just spreading them out equally. And then I'm going to go on top of that, and I'm kind of going to create a dome. This is just so simple. Basically what I'm doing throughout this entire process with the white flowers is I'm just filling in. So I'm just going to create a white dome of flowers. The only part that's not going to be equally domed on top or rounded off is right here next to this shorter candle holder. I am going to make sure that the flowers are a little bit lower, so this will be the front of my arrangement. So like I said before, if you chose different sized candle holders, maybe you wanted all the same size, then you don't have to worry about that. Just adjust the flowers to what fits your arrangement best. So I'm just doing that because I don't want the candles to burn down and then burn the flowers. That would not be good. So some of the flowers might give you a little bit of trouble. Don't be afraid to move them around and bend them in the direction you want. They are wired and they're easy to bend and move where you want. So I'm just filling in gaps at this point. 4 bunches or bouquets was the exact right amount for this, I feel like, and it was very, very simple to do. Okay, there we go. The white is done. That was very simple. So I'm going to use the emergency candles. I know they're not probably something that most people reach for, but I like the length of them, and they're not quite as tall as a taper candle, but they have quite a bit of burn time to them. So you could either melt the wax on the bottom and attach them, or attach them with some hot glue. I'm going to do the same thing with my gold flowers, but as you can see, I'm kind of grouping them together a little bit. I don't have as many as the white, and to emphasize the gold or have it stand out a little bit, I'm going to group those gold flowers together. I'm going to make sure that they're spread out equally on my arrangement, but I am placing the gold flowers near each other. So if you look there, you could see they almost create like a triangle. So when you're putting your gold flowers in there, or whatever color you've chosen, then if you've grouped them together like that, they have a little bit more impact and they look a little bit more purposeful when you group them together like that. It's a contrasting color and it just adds a little bit more interest than just spread out equally singly. They just have a little bit more impact this way. So next I'm going to take this little bouquet apart, and it's got a little piece of a zip tie holding it together, and all of the flowers were separate, so I just went ahead and put my blue hydrangeas in there first. I'm making this for my church, and the seats in the church are blue. It has a lot of blue in it, so that's why I've chosen these colors. And it's just enough for an accent color. So with your accent colors, you don't want a lot of it. You want just little accents. It just highlights kind of like jewelry on you in your outfit. So I'm going to add the couple little pieces of baby's breath that came with it, and I think there was only about 2 or 3 of those. And with the roses that came with it, I think there were 2 that were on their own stem, but 3 of them were actually tied together. So I took those apart and just hot glued them on a popsicle stick, because that was exactly the right length that I needed to be able to push them in there. And I just kind of wrapped the wire around it and hot glued it on there. And you want to make sure and go through your bouquet or your arrangement when it's done and make sure all of the flowers are not bunched up or pushed in some weird direction. Kind of fluff as you go, and that's going to ensure that every little piece is going to look perfect no matter where you're sitting at the table. So I'm going to cover up my candle there and put the candle out, because I'm using spray adhesive and it is flammable. And I'm going to sprinkle on some of this faux snow from the Dollar Tree. I did this with some other flowers in a DIY this year, and I think it is so pretty. And it just adds that wintry, snowy, glittery effect. So very simple to do. So there it is. It's turned out just absolutely gorgeous. Exactly what I had in mind. So nobody would guess just how inexpensive and simple this very elegant wintry arrangement was to make. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.